Warning: the following audio podcast may include language of an adult, nonsensical, repetitive, and quite frankly, moronic nature. On the plus side, if you watch the video version, you get to see two sexy motherfuckers. Enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 133, George Carlin is back. Ish. Darwinism at its finest, coming out of Taiwan. The Beekeeper is this week's movie review, and much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
Float like a butterfly, sting like a beekeeper. Some famous Olympian once said that. And Kush Hayes here, episode Waffle Box number 133? 133? Holy shit. It's the best part of Wednesday is the original Waffle Box. You accept those substitutes. Coming all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this. We do this because we love you. Producer Lathan, what's shaking?
Greetings, fellas. I'm doing just swell, thank you for asking. I hope everyone had a fantastic Super Wildcard weekend. And how about them Cowboys? America's team my ass. Suck it, Jerry Jones. Nothing makes me happier than seeing that ball bag of a face looking upset.
Oh, I think we can all agree on that. I think that everyone has their own things. Like, you know, like each team has their own foe. But I think everyone in the NFL comes together to hate the Cowboys.
Everyone outside of Texas seems to enjoy seeing the Cowboys fall. I was not present for the wild card weekend. I was stuck in the rain working the Supercross tournament at the Oracle Arena, and I was 11 hours of rain and mud. Mike Fish. I was not a happy camper. Surprisingly warm and as dry as I could be until we had to actually start unplugging stuff, and then I had to get rid of my umbrella. But yeah, glad to hear the Cowboys lost. Congratulations, everyone else.
And it was like if NFL was scripted, and I know there's a conspiracy, but whoever wrote that game got Dak Prescott's all of his greatest hits in there. Everything he did, interception, pick six, everything, like fumbles. It was beautiful. It was like chef's kiss of a game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And a little bit behind the scenes, pull the curtain back as we are recording this. This is the Monday night. The Eagles are playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Second quarter has just begun, and the Eagles are losing 13-0. Because, oh my God, if the Eagles lose and the Cowboys lose in the same weekend, oh my God, that might be the greatest thing ever.
And who's the third team you want to lose? Because your New York Giants are now out of it.
Yeah, New York Giants are out. I don't really care. I guess it's the Chiefs.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a third team. You're just like, yeah, if this team loses, I'll be a happy man.
I mean, I very much dislike the Commanders, but they're trash anyway. They weren't anywhere close to the playoffs, so I don't have to worry about them. I have a couple of notes from my past week, but before we get in, I don't want to make this all about me. Kush, other than the Supercross thing, any exciting highlights from the past 7 days on this spherical rock?
Not really. No, we watched the new Echo series on Disney Plus. Everything dropped at once. Boring.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought a TV show about a deaf person wouldn't be entertaining? I don't know. Like, no.
Oh no, I don't think it was because I don't think that was the reason it was boring.
So when we're trying to have just a dramatic engagement, two people just conversing, talking about their feelings and their past, and you left me behind. You know when I have to make motions and speak very precisely, I don't know sign language, kids. I'm sorry.
You
it that. Sounds like this and takes forever to get through.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. They could have just had us signing, and I could have read the subtitles.
Because that is how they communicate in real life.
But it got interesting when, you know, I don't know if spoilers or not, but when the old contact lens shit and whatever. So
that was interesting.
She could see Kingpin signing, even though he wasn't really signing. But yeah, it was pretty. I didn't know whether it was the fact because I watched it late. Like I started watching it at like 10:30 at night, and I binge watched the entire, which luckily they're all like 30, 34 minutes, so it wasn't too
It's
bad.
thankfully a quick burn.
But yeah, so I didn't know whether it was like, am I just getting like tired? Am I just kind of let's get this shit over with? But yeah, it wasn't. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't love it, and I don't know whether
Prop
it was maybe it was because of it was like the new way they do things with the Marvel Spotlight, where they wanted to make sure you didn't have to know any backstory to enjoy the season. So
and they
maybe
caught
because it
you
was
up on it.
too on its own. I
Yeah.
don't know.
If you manage to not see Hawkeye, which is where we were introduced to the titular character Echo, and you did not see any of the Marvel series on Netflix, they caught you up very quickly, and I appreciated the way they did it. Also, again, just so I don't come off like a complete asshole, props to Disney for trying something different. This has never been done before. A super any kind of show that's dramatic and involved a lot of sign language, not been done before, at least not to my knowledge, at least not on a platform this big. So props for them for trying it. I think it needs a lot of fine tuning though.
Yeah, also, yeah, because I'm not, I don't read the comic book, so I have no idea of the backstory. So they could have done anything, and I would have been, oh, I believe that. I must admit, there was a little part of me where, obviously, because Echo is an amputee as well,
That was also cool.
but there's part of me kind of like, there's an amputee in Marvel. Oh, here comes some super leg. But it was kind of like that she had some little bit upgrades to it, but it wasn't a thing. I was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be like Iron Man or some shit, like some rockets coming out of that shit.
I mean, that's not far from close, dude. I mean, I don't know. Also, not familiar with the character in comics. Spoke with Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer Jameel Hemphill a couple of weeks ago, and she's only been around for about 20 years. And if you ain't been reading comics, then obviously neither of us know. But uh, yeah, a missile coming out of her leg is not out of the question in this universe. It can be done super duper easy.
And also, if you don't want spoilers, you can fast forward like a minute because I'm just gonna say something. Right, ready in 3, 2, 1. Skip ahead a minute. Right. So the main part of her power, obviously, was that the power of her ancestors echoes through her. So I guess
Oh,
she kind of
Lashma,
gets
you're so
more
smart.
powerful as the generations go, I think was part of it, I guess, because obviously there was like 5 generations behind her when she released her superpower.
I
But
don't
like
even
that, I
know what that
appreciate,
bullshit was.
and I
That was
appreciate when the ancestors came together to help her. I get
mhm.
that it was supposed to be some kind of powerful moment, but could they look less bored, just standing there in the background, like, oh, I'm probably getting 50 bucks for this. They just look miserable. And it's and then her superpower was what to help Kingpin through his trouble, his daddy issues, and then he kind of cried and ran away. Like what? It was very
It came out of nowhere.
anticlimactic. It was yeah, I didn't love it, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Um,
She could have just been an ass kicking, a one-legged ass kicker that can't hear too good. But no, now
yeah,
we got to give her supernatural powers too. Like it's pass.
yeah, she's from like an alien race or some shit. Technically, I don't know. Like, are all Native Americans aliens? Is that what I was trying to say? Or is this
Well,
a special tribe of Native Americans that are
well,
aliens?
depending on what granola eater you talk to out here in California, mainly Berkeley, there was a bolt of lightning one day in the Native Americans,
Oh,
specifically in that order. Bolt of lightning, Native Americans,
I mean, if I was Native
and
American,
that
I'd go
happened
with
in the
that.
TV show too. So
Like I am basically
I guess they were
Thor.
correct.
So anyway, a couple of things that happened to me this week. So I
What
was
haven't
at a
you been?
bar. Right, I was at a bar, my favorite bar. Shout out to Blackbird Bar in Clipside Park if you're in the area, swing on by. Um, so obviously at some point someone came in and he was having like a gathering with work people, right? So there was lots of
Mhm.
people coming in that no one recognized, but whatever, it's all cool. But there is a little aspect of cheers to this bar. So whenever like lots of people that we've never seen before come in, we're all kind of like, ooh, what's going on here, right?
Mhm.
And then, right, this one guy comes in. He's obviously, part of the group, but maybe his friend, maybe he's new to the company. I don't know. So he was waiting for his
Okay.
like main friend before he hung out with the big group. And so he kind of
Okay.
hung out around the bar. And the woman behind the bar was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And his response was, "I'm alive." And I never thought about it, but that is possibly the most depressing response to the question, how are you? Like, how bad is your life that you, oh, well, I guess I'm
No,
still alive. That's a good thing.
I mean, it depends on your perspective. Some people like, hey, I woke up today. I'm having the best day ever. It's better than yesterday when I also woke up. That's some people's attitude when they say I'm alive. I've done the I'm alive, and yes, I was depressed at the time. In fact, a friend of mine may have just died before saying anything like that. So yeah, it depends on perspective, I think.
Yeah, I guess you had to be there. But if you saw his face, you'd have
Okay.
been like, Jesus
He
Christ.
probably went through some bad shit then that day, or if not that week. It, man, we were only so strong, and eventually we collapse.
Just
Put
say,
that on a
hey, I'm all
pillow.
right, and move on, and then
Yeah.
unload that shit on your friends. That's what they're there for. Anyway, and
I hear
last
what
one,
you're saying.
I went to a restaurant, an Indian restaurant
Okay, how'd that go?
in Brooklyn, and they are assholes, right? I'm not going to name and shame them because I don't want to be like that way. But these are the kind of assholes, and they're not alone because other places do this, and I'll explain. But what is the one thing you think of? Like, okay, I'm going to a new Indian restaurant. What do you think is going to be the main thing that you can order, right? From an
Curry.
Indian curries, right? And what do you always get with a curry?
I cannot process Indian food. Like 5 minutes, I will be gone for the rest of the night, honestly. So I don't know what the answer is you're looking for here.
Right. Well, what side dish typically comes with curry?
I don't know.
All right, let's go. There's another angle. Let's just say you go to a burger place.
Rice, potatoes, what are we doing?
Right, rice. Yeah, you get curry, you get rice. You get burger, you get fries. Right.
Dig it.
This is one of these places that
They
you buy it,
upcharge you.
and then you say, "Oh, does that come with rice?" And they go, "No." "Oh, do you want rice?" You have to pay an extra $6. It's like, what the fuck? I'm just gonna eat
For
this like
rice?
soup. No, I'm gonna have a rice with it. What the fuck? What kind of animal are you? I hate places
Wow.
that like add. But if you want curry, oh, you have to pay extra for the rice. If you want a burger, you have to pay extra for fries. Burgers should come with fries. That's what but curry should come with rice. Don't charge extra. Like if you're that strapped for money, then increase the price on the menu a little bit and have it come with rice because everyone expects curry to come with rice. I was very angry. And then
Yeah, I don't blame you.
what might have made it a little bit more angry? One of the starter things. I don't know what it was called, but it's come with this kind of like I don't know exactly what it was, but it was let's just call it like a poppadom style, like a very crisp wafer, let's just
Mhm.
say, right? And it's shaped in a bowl, and they put shit inside it and with a little bit of soup. And you're supposed to basically just go up, put it all in your mouth,
Okay.
chomp on it, and it all explodes, and you get the crunch, you get the flavors and all that shit. Everyone around the table did theirs and had a great time. I picked mine up, and at just the right moment, it collapsed in my hand, and all of the liquid just went swoosh all down my
Oh,
pants.
and you're wearing white pants too, I bet.
I don't think I've ever worn a pair of white pants,
Oh,
luckily. But
well,
no,
thankfully.
they were navy blue. But
That still looks weird.
so yeah, I had to spend that rest like with like water and lemon juice trying to get some stuff out. But once it's in there, it's in there.
Hmm.
And it was right. It was like we were starting our evening with the meal, and so I had to walk around Brooklyn the rest of the night, going, "Fuck, I can still smell it." Oh,
Oh, jeez.
it just made me sad. It just made me sad. There you go. That's that. And as also as we're talking, the Emmys are happening right now.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And
so this is a special year because the writer's strike happened, and then something about the writer's strike and the pandemic. So like stuff from 2022 that hasn't been a show that's been canceled or concluded are now on tonight's Emmys as well.
oh, I don't know. The only I saw a little bit of it before I came into the studio,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you watched it. I watched a
No, I
couple of
haven't seen it.
episodes. It was okay, but apparently White Lotus It's very big.
Oh, okay, never heard of it.
There was one. It's I don't know. I think it's on. Is it on Max? Maybe. I think so. Maybe. Who knows? Who cares? But yeah, they were just doing the nominees, and it's like, oh, and the nominations for supporting actress in a comedy. Jennifer Coolidge, White Lotus. Somebody else, White Lotus. Somebody else, White Lotus. This one category, they had like 4 or 5 women nominated for the same show. So how many supporting? Like, surely you can't have that many supporting actresses in one show. Surely not. I don't know. I think that's cheating. I think you should pick at least 2. But that's me. That's me. Shall we? I feel I'm a little bit warmed up. Should we kick it into gear? Should we get into top stories this week?
Yeah, let's roll, Soul.
Beautiful stuff. So yeah, let's talk about what's been going on in this crazy world in the past 7 days, and this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
George Carlin. Oh, you remember him? Everyone loves him because he was that fella that helped Keanu Reeves travel through time. What a nice guy. But also, apparently, he has released his first comedy special 15 years after his death. Ooh.
Has he been dead that long now? It really feels more recent than that.
Now, when you sent me this link, I must admit, at first, before really reading it, I got a little bit excited because I thought maybe, oh, is this kind of some kind of like Tupac Notorious B.I.G. shit where they've like maybe he did like a special in like a small comedy club and someone's unearthed a recording. It's like, oh, new like, original material. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I'm gonna watch this immediately. I want to see George Carlin. But this is artificial intelligence. So this is all thanks to Dudesy.
Dudesy.
Which
is a
is
Z?
No, Dudesy. Dudesy, which is a comedy AI that hosts a podcast and a YouTube show with Mad TV alumni and fat Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonator Will Sasso and podcaster Chet Colkin.
He's very funny, the Will Sasso, by the way.
Will Sasso is very funny, and he does look like a fat Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's not body shaming. He does, and that's a compliment, if anything. Speaking of which, side note, woo! Did you see the video of Stone Cold Steve Austin trying the ice bath for the first time?
No, I did not.
Oh my God, you have to watch it. It's possibly the greatest 2 minutes you'll ever live.
Okay.
Right?
Is it the Kevin Hart comedy thing that he does?
No. I guess it's just him doing it. So he's got his camera, his phone, he's videoing it in the selfie mode, and he's trying to do this intro. And he's like got maybe his like legs in, his thighs in at this point. And you can always, and he's like, hey, this is Stone Cold. Fuck. This is Stone Cold shit. And he finally gets the introduction, and he's just like lowering himself in. It's just him going, shit, goddamn, motherfucker, shit, fuck, jeez, fuck. And he gets like maybe this on, and he's like, we'll have to circle back to this motherfucker, and he walks off.
I don't blame him.
It's so funny. It's so funny. But yeah, so apparently, so Dudesy is AI. So I guess it's from any content he creates. So at first I was reading this and I thought, is this so bad? Is this the end of the world? Because I thought it was an actual comedian, who had written and performed this special and then used AI to make it sound like George Carlin.
That's one
which
thing.
Which is still weird, but it's not as bad because it's still, at least it's a human writing and blah, 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 blah. But no, I think they've just pumped in all of George Carlin's specials. And then it's worked out, okay, well, in the modern era, this is what George would talk about. This is how he would say it. This is how he would do it, blah, 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 blah. I don't like reading this quote because if it's coming from AI, this is a fake quote because it's from a computer. It's not real. But in the article, it did say, Dudesy says, it doesn't say anything.
It is an artificial intelligence, so it's technically a real quote.
So it said, I listened to all of George Carlin's material and did my best to imitate his voice, cadence, and attitude, as well as the subject matter. I think he would have been interested in him today.
I, for one, think this is absolutely disgusting. How dare anyone use a computer-generated voice rather than paying an actual human being that you could argue would do a better job? You will never see me supporting artificial intelligence. Well, for as long as Mike's programming me, that is.
Yes. Total line, Lathan. Total line. Yeah, I must admit, I did feel a little bit hypocritical when I was like putting my thoughts together with this.
Yeah, we are definitely walking a fine line with this. I didn't check out the special. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I'm sure I could just find it on YouTube now, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. And I can't imagine they're making any money off of it, right? It's just
Well,
free.
maybe it's free, but I'm assuming I can't remember because I stuck on the first 5 minutes a couple of days ago, and I can't remember what he was talking about, and it wasn't. It didn't even quite like it sounded like someone doing a George Carlin impression. Like it didn't sound like George Carlin. But yeah, I imagine there's some ad rolls in there, so I imagine they can make some money off of it. I'm assuming. But Kelly Carlin, George Carlin's daughter, posted on X, aka Twitter, saying, "My dad spent a lifetime perfecting his craft from his very human life. No machine will ever replace his genius. Here's an idea. How about we give some actual living human comedians a listen to? But if you want to listen to George Carlin, he has 14 specials that you can find anywhere." Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
She's not wrong.
She technically is wrong because he has 14 specials that you can find anywhere. Are they all on Netflix? No. Are they on Amazon? No. Are they
They're
on
most likely
Tubi?
all on iTunes, though.
It's not anywhere though. That's maybe I'm being a stickler here, but
I think you're being a stickler.
Like if I have a look down, down the corner of my couch, are they gonna be there?
Oh, now you're just being shilly. Now you're just being silly.
But yeah, at least right here is at least it's upfront is there here. This is fully artificial intelligence. This is not blah, 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 blah. But it's a very slippery slope we are going down. This is going to be like some. I guess is it so bad if it's a dead person? Because at least well, this isn't a real person. This is artificial intelligence. It's what it's going to get.
It's questionable these days. I mean, in the future, again, I suspect Tom Cruise is down with this, and it's be like, yes, Tom Cruise shall live forever. I will never stop running and making Mission Impossible movies. I can see like 35 years from now, us walking out of the next Tom Cruise movie, just like, damn, that motherfucker still got it. I mean, it wasn't him, but yeah. And then he did the thing, and that stunt, like, oh, amazing.
You know what? It hasn't. Here's the thing. Maybe obviously it's going to improve over time, but AI still kind of sucks at the moment. No offense, Lathan.
It's in its infancy stage. It's like asking a toddler to drive a car, Mike. It's still.
But have you seen like the pictures that are created with artificial intelligence?
Yeah, they can't get that thumb down. So.
Oh my god! It's like someone posted this picture. Oh, this actually happened, and someone's like, "That's definitely AI." And I go, "Really? How'd you know?" So, well, if you look in the background, all the people in the background seem to have like 3 eyes, 7 fingers, and their mouths are all like, what the fuck? I don't know how it gets it that wrong, but
I've been disappointed by AI where I saw like the most amazing picture of this dude just wearing denim cutoffs and combat boots, side kicking an alligator, and I was like, this is amazing. I may have sent it to you, but I was looking for a news. I was like, where did this picture come from? What was this event? I need to know more. And then after like 10 minutes of digging, I was like, no, it's just AI. AI created that. By the way, there's a follow-up to it where that same gentleman and that same alligator are hugging it out, having a pizza next. Also amazing, by the way.
Oh, I thought he was going to say on a spin-off, the person who typed in the AI to create the AI photo was later eaten by an alligator. So that's
still in the realm of possibility.
That's karma. That's karma. But yeah, I don't. It's all weird to me. Just this is where this is going to be the crossover for me, because I always thought, I'm that guy, I'm that middle of the road guy, I'm a little bit of old school, a little bit of new school. Let's embrace change, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is going to be it. This is going to be the one where I'm like, no, I don't like this. What I want support real people.
I mean,
This
forget about
is going to be our generation's immigration.
interesting.
Oh,
Interesting.
these computers coming over here taking our jobs.
So that's always been a fear about the robots. And outside of the killer robots, there's a lot of cool things that AI can assist us with, but then it will just, the problem is everyone knows it's going to be abused and abused for the wrong reasons, and now we have someone has superimposed Gal Gadot's head on in porn, so now it looks like Gal Gadot's just getting fucked royally. She clearly did not consent to that, gentlemen. So that's the problems with AI right now is where are the boundaries?
I mean, that sort of thing's been going on for years. It was just Photoshop before, and it looked really bad.
It was just Photoshop before, but now it's full on motion video. And because, like you said, it was Photoshop and it was so bad, you could just go like, "It's stupid. It's Photoshop." But now, like, ooh, these AI videos, man, are getting very impressive, very sophisticated. One would even say.
I've said it once, I said it a million times. I'm gonna be Will Smith. I'm gonna be that guy. Everyone's gonna be embracing the robots and shit, and I'm gonna be that grumpy man walking around with my product placement Air Jordans or whatever the fuck it was.
Converse.
There we go. That'd be me. Shout out to Converse. You want to send me some sneakers? Moving on. Speaking of human, let's talk about humans doing dumb shit.
Okay.
So as I said at the beginning of the show, Darwinism, natural selection, is working its way through Taiwan right now. Taiwan. So in Taiwan, so a member of the Nationalist Party, candidate Hu Yui, totally apologize if I'm butchering that pronunciation, and his running mate was sending out promotional material, right, to people to try to get people to vote for them. So they put together a thing, say, hey, you should vote for me, vote for number 3, which is like their place on the ballot, apparently, when you vote. And, just kind of like grease the wheel a little bit. I'm going to send you a little free gift, right? And what they sent was some, like, I guess, what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's the Jesus Christ, brain numbing. The
Promotional material.
promotional, but it was like washing liquids, like so you can wash your clothes.
Dig it. Yeah.
Right, little pods.
Laundry detergents.
Laundry detergents, in the little pods, little plasticky pods.
Okay, the Tide Pods.
Yeah, they sent them some of those, right?
Okay.
And on the packaging, it did clearly say, "Hey, vote for me, number 3," and each pod that we're sending you can wash up to 18 pounds of clothes. Yay! That's really nice of us, right? Unfortunately, at least 3 people were hospitalized after mistakenly eating them because they thought they were candy.
This had nothing to do with the TikTok Tide Pod challenge gimmick.
No, they all, the people that were
just thought it was
hospitalized
candy.
said it was candy. They thought, oh, I thought this was candy.
I mean, I've never even held a Tide Pod, so maybe I'd be like, I sure wouldn't like, I'm gonna put this in my mouth.
Yeah, like, if I thought it was candy, like, this has just come through the mail. I have no idea what this is.
Where did it come from?
I'm checking. I'm doing a little bit of reading here to see what even if I'm like, what flavor is this? I don't know. I'm gonna make sure I know what we're doing here, right?
If one was so inclined, they could make a rather tasteless joke about people from Taiwan putting balls into their mouths without asking questions. But I believe that we're above that kind of thing here at the Waffle Box podcast.
Yeah,
we are, especially because that's Thailand you're thinking about, sir.
Are you saying people from Taiwan don't like to put balls in their mouth?
Maybe fish balls, yeah. The balls Lathan is thinking about is Thailand, sir. Thailand.
But if anything, that circles back to our last story. This is why AI is bad, because Lathan's now racist.
I mean, it's programmed by a human, so there you go.
Whoever that is.
Whoever that was, yeah. I had a very interesting AI conversation when I got that Alexa window. You guys see me talking to it all the time in the back here.
Yeah,
can you hear it? No,
big friends.
That's actually a good thing. But it was like, yeah, have a conversation with our AI. Like, so Harvard or some Ivy League school put together like a thing, and 10 projects, 10 teams, and 10 AIs were developed, and you can just have a random conversation. They won't let you know, like, this is team 3's AI versus team 4's AI. But I had a couple of them, and like one time it went, have we talked before? And I was like, I don't know. Like, you sound very familiar. Like, I don't know, man. You're kind of freaking me out. And then for some reason, we went down a weird rabbit hole where told me what Babe Ruth's nickname was back in the old 1920s, 1930s. And I will not repeat it here, sir. But it was very racial. That's all I got.
So Alexa's racist.
Well, the AI that was talking through Alexis was definitely programmed by some racists. Yeah. I mean, that might still be a true detail, but like, what a weird detail to program your robot with.
I guess it's just pulled in its defense, isn't it? Pull all its shit from Google, and Google is pretty much all. Yeah, no, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, don't trust AI.
Maybe. No,
but anyway, this politician said that in the next wave of house-to-house visits, we will not distribute this kind of campaign material, and we will also stress to our villagers that they are laundry balls, not candies. Those hospitalized include an 80-year-old man and an 86-year-old woman who were released after having their stomachs flushed.
So no one died.
As of right now.
As of right now.
No one's dead.
Excellent. All right. I was gonna say, like, are there some consequences for the candidate now? Like,
I don't know.
Their laws are definitely
well, I
different
mean, I
over
guess
there.
What's the
That's the
I mean,
did you know in China that vehicular homicides with pedestrians are like skyrocketing because, like, if you hit a person with your car and they don't die, you got to take care of them financially forever. Like,
so they're
all
kind
the
of
medical
like,
bills,
right,
the rent.
if I hit someone, I'm reversing them, making sure they're dead.
So that happens a lot, and you only spend 2 years in jail for that. So if you get hit by a car, be prepared for someone to roll back over road. It happens quite a bit over there.
I mean, if anything, that law is just there to make sure pedestrians are extra careful. The drivers don't give a shit by the sounds of it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell. I should bring that law over here.
Mm-mm. No, sir.
For no particular reason. But anyway, so there you go. So if moral of the story, if you receive what you think are candies in the mail from someone that you don't know, don't just fucking stick them straight in your mouth without reading or doing some or just from. What happens to don't accept candy from strangers, huh? Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, I think we got rid of that when we started getting into strangers' cars.
It's a nice bike.
It wasn't nice. And a cute puppy, too.
Oh, the puppy in the basket with the flower. So good. So good. Right. Speaking of, well, actually, so far, no one's really achieved anything so far this week. So it's about time we do get someone to achieve something. They achieved something no one else has ever done it before, and they got a brewery in Ireland, give them a piece of paper to say that they did it, and they could put it on the wall and be all proud of themselves. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Why indeed? This week's Dumb World Record takes to us down under Australia. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Oh, that kangaroo's got a big hat with some corks hanging from it.
Because we declare that Australia is down under. Do you think they refer to us as up over?
I'd like to think so.
Interesting.
Although the way,
Or do they just call us down under too?
The way
eventually East turns into West.
Because yeah, the way they're standing, even though in theory it is because I think the way that the Earth turns on its axis, maybe is Australia ever technically above America? I don't think so, because or it might be on equal footing. I can't remember what's the degree of, doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, they're upside down because of the way gravity works. So yeah, technically we would be down under from them as well. Do you reckon there's some Australian news going, oh, like when they talk about like Florida man or something? Interesting news from down under in Florida. You reckon?
Not impossible.
If you are from Australia,
Surf Squad. Anyone in Australia, let us know.
But yeah, this Australian man apparently took 6 months to train for this world record that he has eventually broken. And
nice.
6 months of hard training gained him the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to put on 10 pairs of underpants.
Oh. He trained for 6 months to do this?
Apparently so. Nicholas Manning of Brisbane said he always wanted to break a Guinness World Record, and he eventually settled on attempting the underpants donning title.
Even though the article says that he eventually settled on the underpants record, you know that his quote-unquote settling was actually him trying and failing multiple records, each getting slightly easier than the last until he finally decided to say fuck it and just put some underwear on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty accurate.
That's hit the nail right on the head, producer Latham.
I reckon he was doing like what we did, was it last week or the week before, where the guy was doing like pull-ups between 2 moving trucks and shit like that, and he's like, oh, I can't do that. And then I'm pretty good at putting my underwear on. Let's just see how fast I can do that.
So he had to do it one at a time, or can you just put all 10 on at the same time?
So I only saw a photo, and all the underwear was lined up one after the other.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had to pull them on, put them off, put them on, then jump. But I think it just says putting on 10 pairs of So if I had to guess, even though it's not confirmed, I'm thinking at some point he had 10 pairs of underwear on at the same time.
No, I got that part. What I'm saying is, would he? Yes, we've established that by the end of this exercise, there are 10 pairs of underwear currently on his person.
So he looks like a baby.
Did he put them on one at a time, or was he able to just stuff all 10 together and then just jump in once?
Oh, that's definitely cheating. That's definitely not cricket. That's not.
I don't
So
think it's cheating, but
all right. Okay. So to answer your question, then from the photo that I saw, it was definitely he had to do one, and then the second one, and then the third one, then the fourth.
Okay, so one at a time.
One at a time.
And then, as always, 133 of these, Mike Fish. How do we get to this point? Where was he? What day was it? What time was it? What direction was the wind blowing? What hit him in the head that made him go like 10 pairs of underwear? I got this.
Like, was he? Maybe he was having a bad day, and he's like, because sometimes when you wake up and you do something, and then all of a sudden you go to do it again, and you're like, oh wait, have we done this? Oh my god, this is so silly.
I can't find my glasses. Where are my glasses? Oh, here are my glasses.
Oh, they're on my head already. Do you think at some point he was like, I just got out of the shower. Oh, I'll put my underwear on. Oh, let me put my underwear on. And he just kept putting underwear on until he realized he was wearing 10 pairs of underwear. He's, what am I like?
I
But
think there's a lot
they're
of
pretty
alcohol involved
fast.
in that. I think there's a lot of alcohol involved in that scenario. I also foresee a thing like so. Like again, I was at the Supercross this weekend, hours and hours and hours of rain. So like I was wearing multiple layers. So I see him preparing for something, some outside activity that's cold, and when he gets his clothes on, the wife or his buddy or whatever goes like, "Wow, you got dressed pretty quickly." And he went, "Ooh,
Really? Did you tie me?
were you watching?"
Yeah.
You.
You set up an OnlyFans for me? That'd be great.
Ooh. He
Um,
would get an audience, I bet. World record holder. Watch me put on 10 pairs of underwear on for the low exclusive price of $24.99.
and then you can watch it in reverse, and in slow mo, and I seductively remove 10 pairs of underwear. Ooh. It's like
Damn, see,
double.
bitch,
You get two double the pleasure for your money. Double your pleasure.
see, Mike, this is why we got to get you an OnlyFans account. Like, bitch, we can make some money here. All right. And I'm your agent, so I take 20%. It's okay.
I could just do my elephant impression.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Do the propeller, all the gimmicks. Again, like drape it over like a wristwatch, like it's
the hamburger.
the hamburger. Don't forget the hot dog.
Have you ever? So this is what I've done because I'm not shameful. You know, back in my day, back in my free and single days,
Hmm.
I used to dabble. I used to dabble in the old little dick pic, right?
Okay. Yeah.
One time I was feeling very funny, and so what I did was I put a pair of sunglasses on, my Johnson,
Sure.
and then stuffed a cigarette underneath my Johnson. And it looked like a very sad, long-nosed person smoking a cigarette. And it was very funny. You might be shocked to find out that that didn't lead to fornication, but whatever. I laughed. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That is a funny. That is a funny. I once upon a time, just using the basic software on the phone here, put a little top hat and bow tie on mine.
Oh, so you photoshopped your penis?
Just the stickers are already there, man. And then I decided, like, do I want dragon wings or no? The top hat. Get a little monocle. It was very dapper that day.
No, I think if you're gonna get creative with your penis, it has to be real life shit. Because anyone, you know, like I say, anyone could just use stickers. Come on,
But the stickers are funny.
you can find some miniature top hats. I'm sure in a store somewhere. Maybe a little bow tie. Hmm. Everyone loves a classy gentleman. Might help. They're like, oh my God, who sent me this dick pic? Oh, but he
I need to
does
put some
look
thought into
very
this, Mike.
dapper.
You got to get the show going.
I mean, this is the show. This is what we do every week. I feel at some point during the show, we always end up talking about dressing up our penises. Or maybe
It
that's
wouldn't be a waffle box if we didn't.
indeed. But yeah, you're probably people listening going, oh my God, how fast did he do this? But yeah, so he managed to put on 10 pairs of underwear in 13.03 seconds. Congratulations. Mr. Nicholas Manning of Brisbane, Australia. But that does, yeah, that it does. Yeah, but I bet he looked like a baby because very padded out underwear. It looked like he was wearing a diaper. 100%. But still to come, we also got the birthday quiz, Celebrity Royale. Kush is going to review a movie for us. Nice of him. And much, much more. So stick around if you would. Pretty appreciate it. We'll be right back after this short break.
Intruder alert. Warning, intruder.
Light, airy cones of crispy corn. There's no such thing as too many bugles. Bugles, more is better.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box. Episode 133. It is the middle of the show, and if you ask me, it's the perfect time to play the middle of the show quiz. This week's birthday, it's their first, first one? I don't know. But unfortunately, this person's not able to celebrate their birthday today because they are no longer with us. Oh,
That's inconvenient.
That's
know. Inconsiderate.
I know, right? But today would have been Andy Kaufman's 75th birthday.
That's
Happy birthday, Andy Kaufman, who unfortunately left us, or did he? In 1984. Maybe he's watching this show right now. Okay.
Well, then I better not say I've never
I'll come
found
out.
a Kaufman.
I'll come out eventually.
I dare you to come out of hiding, Kaufman.
Apparently, there was a book release from people I think he worked with in 2017. They're still holding on to right now. This is so Andy. He'll be back.
No, that's right. I remember something about that. Like, there was a very specific date in 2017 where like he was supposed to pop up, but then he didn't.
Never mind. So yeah, we've got 5 questions about Andy Kaufman, and you know there have been lots of things about his lifestyle. For some reason, I feel, Kush, you're going to do quite well on this one. But if you would, Mr. Lathan, give us a little bit of quiz music. Let's get this underway. So, question number 1, Kush.
Number 1.
Andy Kaufman was best known for being a comedian. However, what term did Andy Kaufman prefer to refer to himself as?
A performer?
A song and dance man. That's what he likes to be called. All right, let's get back into this.
Number 2.
These are the ones you probably get. Right, on what TV show did Andy Kaufman gain mainstream attention in 1975?
I want to say Taxi, but I'm also afraid it might be just Saturday Night Live. I'm going to say Saturday Night Live.
Correct, Mundo. And then, I think now you're definitely going to get this one. So on Saturday Night Live, Andy Kaufman played, quote, Foreign Man, which later turned into Latka Gravis on which TV show?
Taxi.
Correct. In 1999, Jim Carrey played Andy Kaufman in which movie?
Man in the Moon. Great movie. And then the documentary on Netflix about Jim Carrey.
Jim and Andy.
Crazy.
Jim and Andy?
I think you're correct, yeah. But you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Amazing thing. To the point where like even Jerry Lawler's like, he didn't act like this.
Yeah, at the other side. A lot of part is like, I think Jim took it way too seriously. Because I think Jerry Lawler, he was like, no, dude, like, me and Andy were really good friends. He wasn't actually a dick to me, but Jim was a dick to me all the time. But speaking of Jerry Lawler, Andy Kaufman later turned his attention to professional wrestling. What was the title/championship that Andy claimed that he had won?
The Intergender Championship. Oh,
I'm gonna. If this was Jeopardy, you'd be getting it right now. But I'll give you. It was actually the full name, the Intergender Wrestling Champion of the World.
Oh God, come on.
But there you go, nice and quick. 4 out of 5. That means you're a champion.
Yeah.
You win. You win. To be fair, there was today's date for celebrity birthdays kind of sucks. That was my like third attempt to get a decent quiz.
Okay.
There's that. Who's the one? There was shit. What's her name? She played Will Ferrell's love interest in Elf. Zoe.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, it's her birthday, and I got like 2
That would've
questions
been
in. I'm
awful.
like, this is as much as I can get out of this.
I
This
would
is
have. I
bloody
would have
insane.
lost. I would have lost by a lot.
Like other than I mean, this wasn't the best quiz, but I like to try to make it rather than what city were they born in? What star sign are they? It wasn't very good. But hopefully next week will be a good one. Who's let's have a what's next week? It's August. It's August, January. So it'll be January 24th next Wednesday, if I'm correct. Who have we got here? Let's go to births. Who was born? Oh, Princess Athena of Denmark. Huh? That'd be a fun one.
I'm a president of her fan club.
Um,
I get invited. That's why I go to the Netherlands every year.
how about a nice quiz on Tatiana Kashirina, Russian weightlifter?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's my pen pal. Her and I
yeah,
are pen pals.
big fan of that. Or maybe
She appreciates my top hat.
or maybe Mohammed Bagheri Mutamed, the Iranian Taekwondo practitioner.
Oh well,
yeah. I mean,
that's my physical trainer.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll leave it open. So yeah, maybe next week will be much better. But anyway,
I look forward to the challenge.
As we said, it is a Super Wildcard weekend, so we thought we'd see who the toughest quarterback is truly in the NFL. In a segment that we're going to call this week the Celebrity Battle Royale.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yes, Celebrity Battle Royale. If you're not familiar with this, so we pit 4 celebrities together in the ring, one in each corner, and then we ring the bell and let them fight it out. And basically, Kush has to tell us in which order they're eliminated by whom and who is the eventual Celebrity Battle Royal champion for this week. So I got together 4 quarterbacks. So these quarterbacks all are still in the playoffs.
Okay.
As of recording.
I know I'm wearing a football jersey, but football's not my bag. So this might be a hard one.
Wow.
Giggity.
So let's just go through the 4 of them. So I'll stick with your one since you are wearing a 49ers jersey. In first corner, representing the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy. In the next corner, representing the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love. Representing the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
I have heard of his name.
Or if you're a big fan of the State Farm commercials, there is a fantastic bit where Travis Kelce tries
we talked about
to get his name changed.
Oh, really? No, I have not seen that.
So there's a commercial where like they say, oh, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be Mahomes, and Travis Kelce's going to change his name to Maauto. It's like Mahomes and Maauto. And Travis Kelce's like, well, why can't he change his name to be Kelce and Kelce? How much money you can save when you bundle home and auto? And he's like looking at the shirt.
That's so stupid.
He's like, maybe if you make the letters smaller. It did make me giggle. It's
I'm giggling now. It's incredibly stupid, but
and then in the background you hear a coach go, Mahomes, Maauto. And Travis Kelce is like, how many people did you tell? It's very funny. It did make me chuckle. So yeah, Patrick Mahomes or Kelce, how much money you can save, blah, 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 blah. And then 4th corner, representing the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, we got a tough one here. I'm gonna try and not be biased, also, despite the fact that a 49er is in this. So, um, I think the gentleman from Green Bay, Mr. Love, I think he trips on the ring crew didn't pull the canvas tight enough. So
Oh
there was
dear.
just a little thing where he tripped and he fell right on his nose and he died. His
Oh
nose went up into his
Jesus.
brain and he died.
Wow. Wow.
Uh,
Breaking news.
Breaking news, yeah. And then Patrick Mahomes
Breaking news.
dropped an elbow on him, but then the gentleman from Baltimore, Jackson here, kicked him right in the head, just a soccer kick, and knocked Mr. Mahomes' head off into the stands here.
Oh.
And then it came down to Brock and Jackson, and it's a double count out. They fell out of the ring. They hit their head on the floor. The referee counted to 20. I guess it was Japanese rules. Go figure. But yeah, there was no winner, no contest. There. That's how we do that.
That's what the crowd will be like. Double count out. Boo. We came here for blood.
There's already blood. A man's head was severed with a powerful kick. So, some lucky fan got a souvenir to bring home.
Oh dear. Well, that was so. Yeah. Okay. So that first draw, Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy.
No contest. There's a difference.
No contest. Even I guess that's technically even worse. No contest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would. You could have. I wouldn't have begrudged you saying Brock Purdy won with F5. Paul Heyman was there raising his hand. There you go. What are we talking about here right now? Real quick upgrade. With halftime. Philadelphia Eagles 9, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 16. It's close.
Okay.
Oh, it's
okay,
close.
that's good.
So yeah, hopefully, what's his name? Who's the fellow in the commercials who likes to wear he has to look after his house? He works for that. Oh, that's terrible, and that was tour explanation. But the stadium is basically his house, and it's like a thing. I can see his face, but whatever. He's a German. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, hopefully he beats the Eagles, please, because everyone hates the Eagles. That's the fact. Anyway, let's turn things over to Kush now to talk about things he does know about. It's going to be a section where he likes to review a movie in a section we like to call Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
Welcome to Kush's Movie Review, a show that Kush reviews a movie. It's a great title. This week on Kush's Movie Review, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, appreciate it. And if you're watching the standalone version, why not check out the full episode? You can go on YouTube, click the videos. It's awesome. It's right there. This week's review is The Beekeeper. Again, this is a bit where I like to try to make a joke and talk about something that clearly isn't about the movie, but I don't think I can do it. I think this is Jason Statham is a beekeeper, and then he does some fucked up shit. So
you're kind of there, yeah.
Take it away, Kush.
This is The Beekeeper. It is rated R, and it is not a hard R by any means. It's very violent, but it's very cartoon violence as well. 1 hour 45 glorious minutes.
Nice.
So you already know I love it. It's already ahead on points so far. This is directed by David Ayer. If you know that name, Fury, the tank movie, Bright, the Will Smith fantasy LA cop movie. He even did the original Suicide Squad, Academy Award winning Suicide Squad, excuse me. And then this is written by a gentleman named Kurt Wimmer. This man has a wild fucking resume, dude. He has done a lot of garbage. I'm gonna break down
like it
what
is.
I got to, man. I got to. So such garbage includes Sphere, Equilibrium, which was you do remember that. Good. The Recruit, which was supposed to be like
what was Equilibrium? Remind me of.
Equilibrium is it is pulling it up here.
Is that the one with Christian Bale?
Christian Bale, Sean Bean, and then Tay Diggs in a post-apocalyptic
Yeah,
future where they do gun fu, and it's that shit was
I
awful.
didn't hate that movie.
Okay, well, it's also rated R and 147 minutes, so maybe there's a reason for it. Ultra violent, Street Kings. He did Salt, which I actually thought was fucking phenomenal. Angelina Jolie is the sleeper Spetsna spy. And then if you need a remake, this is your guy, dude. He did the remake for Total Recall. He did the remake for Point Break. And he did the 2020 remake, because there's been a few now, for Children of the Corn. And those were all garbage. So and then for some reason he's responsible for Expendables. We reviewed that over the summer, and you know how much I hated that shit. So, but today is the Beekeeper, and it stars Mr. Jason Statham, Jeremy Irons, Josh Hutcherson, who we last time you heard from him was Five Nights at Freddy's.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's also the dude from the Hunger Games that is not Liam Hemsworth, which is weird because he's got a bigger part than Liam Hemsworth. But if you just don't, but Hunger Games fans would know Josh Hutcherson. However, fantastic in this movie. And then, of course, Miss Felicia Rashad. This is a movie about a friendship between Jason Statham and Felicia Rashad. And she's like, he takes care of the property, definitely takes care of her any bee problems she has on her farm. And she's the executor of a few estates, some charities. We're talking like $2 to $3 million this woman is playing with every day here and managing. And one day she's on the laptop, suspicious pop-up shows up like, your computer's been hacked. We've all been there. Call this number and someone will help you. And unfortunately, she makes the mistake to call. She lets them plug into her laptop. They wipe out her account immediately and then hang up on her. And, you know, I don't know if you've ever lost a lot of money, Mike, but yeah, there's an empty pit inside you immediately. Your blood goes cold, sweat starts pouring on.
Well, I've been to
Felicia Rashad
Vegas.
does that. Yep. For whatever reason, though, she just panics and goes, well, time to put a gun in my mouth. Meanwhile, her phone is blowing up from all the banks that, guess what? I don't know when Mr. Kurt Wimmer wrote this, but we've had quite a lot of upgrades in cyber theft technology. So guess what? As soon as those accounts get drained, the bank is sending her text messages, fraud detected, fraud detected, fraud detected. I was on over the holidays. We went to a hotel. Amex scanned my card. I'm in an unusual place, and they sent me a text. Did you make this charge? Press 1 if you did. Press 2 for no, and we will call you. I press 1. Problem solved. Anyways, she doesn't even do that. Again, time to put a bullet in my mouth, and she kills herself immediately. And
How much money did she lose?
Roughly $3 million.
Well, she had all that in one bank account?
No, multiple accounts.
All right,
Multiple
all right,
accounts.
she's dumb. She deserved this. Pull the trigger.
He did deserve it. But anyways, that's when Jason Statham comes into play here. He is going to avenge her. He immediately gets 2 gas cans, finds out where the call center was, and burns it to the ground in a very amusing manner. And then it just goes on and on and on from there. This is the stupidest movie in the world. That is one of the most fun times you'll have in 2024. It is worlds better than what we saw last week with Night Swim. But yeah, it's just Statham being Statham. He beats everybody up, almost never uses a gun. This problem goes to the highest level of the nation. All right, this world problem goes to the highest level possible. Mike, I don't want to spoil anything, but at some point we get like G.I. Joe characters coming in, and they sent in cops, they sent in SWAT teams, they sent in the Marines. Jason Statham's killing everybody, and they're like, well, I guess we gotta send in mercenaries. So, like, you know, you got big bad Australian guys with mohawks and weird facial hair, and they're like, I killed a beekeeper one time and I lost my leg over it. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I wish I could give this more than a 3 out of 5, but it is a 3 out of 5, a very enthusiastic 3 out of 5. I would say do not see this in 4DX. It's wildly unnecessary. That was the only way I could see it when I did. And like, there's a scene where Statham punks out a guy, just fakes just it makes the guy flinch, but the whole row of chairs has to buckle because Statham pretended to throw a punch. 40x wildly unnecessary. However, this is a good time, and again, Wimmer actually hit a strong note here. Again, a week ago, Mama Hayes is on the computer, gets a weird email, calls the number, why I don't know, but then is smart enough to hang up immediately. So there's an emotional component that you immediately get with this film, and you're just like, all these motherfuckers have to die. Statham, kill everybody, and he does.
I'm a big fan of this. Is obviously not Jason Statham doing this, but I do like watching lots of videos on YouTube where people get sent like the information of these types of people, and so they just phone them up.
Oh, the guys who troll the call centers.
Yeah, and they have a
those are
timer
fun.
up to see how long they can keep them on the line for, and oh, it's great.
I've seen a dude like wipe out a scammer's entire hard drive, and like this guy's just talking mad shit. It's like, I'm gonna fuck your wife in her mouth, dude. I'm gonna rape your children, blah blah, blah. And like just nasty, mean shit. And then as soon as my man just like clicks the delete button, he goes, hey man, hey, that's not cool, dude. What do you? Hey, this is my job, dude. You're gonna get me in trouble. What? You got to put that back. Would you please put that back, please?
Spoiler alert, he doesn't put it back.
He doesn't put it back ever. Those are very fun to fall. That's a very fun rabbit hole to fall down.
Oh, yeah, because some of those videos. Luckily, there's one I wish I could remember there. I could. Kit Boga. Is it Kit Boga? That's one. I'll give
I've never remembered the names.
We're lucky because he does it on like he streams it all live on Twitch. And like some of these things are going on for hours and hours, and then every now and again he'll put like a little highlight video on YouTube so you can sit there and watch it for like 30 minutes of the shit he gets these people to do because they think they're gonna get money. It's funny. It is funny. But yeah, Beekeeper. 3 out of 5. This has not been a great start to 2024, Kush, has it really?
Not compared to last year, no. This is really bad. Last year we started out with like 2 or 3 4 out of 5s. We had Megan. We had the Knock at the Cabin. We had what else? Plane. Stupidest title of all year, but it was one of the most fun adventures you'll ever have. Yeah. And then thank you everyone who checked out our night swim review last week. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Tell your family. Tell your mum. She's not doing much.
Yeah.
Get her to watch some of our videos. She'll love it. She'll be like, oh my, who's that adorable cheeky chappy from England? And you're like, oh, it's Mike. There you go. So yeah, check that out. Or don't. Let's wrap this week's show up as always by sending away everyone with the warm and fuzzy feelings. Of course, remember the housekeeping. If you are a member of Extra Waffle, you can go to enjoywafflebox.com/extra and you get a little bit of bonus material after the feel good story. So sign up for that if you want to support this podcast. We sure will do appreciate it. It's just $2 a month, and you get bonus material each and every week, and plus you get Waffle Box a day or two earlier than you would on Spotify and a podcast and all that shit. So check that out. Appreciate it. But yes, let's wrap this week's show up with a segment that we like to call the Feel Good Story of the Week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's Feel Good Story comes to us from India. Very international episode this week.
Nice. But that's how we do it on the Waffle Box.
So bear with me because this story doesn't start very happy. But Darshan Singhbra, an 80-year-old man from India, was sadly pronounced dead and was on his way home in the back of an ambulance to receive his last rites.
Which he was already dead?
Yeah, I thought they do that before you
did
die.
That before. Well,
okay.
Whatever. That's the story so far.
Whatever. Right. So he's pronounced dead, and then they're going to take him home to receive his last rites. En route, the ambulance hit a pothole, which apparently was enough to bring this man back to life.
Oh.
So
You've had a couple of those now.
his grandson was riding in the back of the ambulance, and after he hit a pothole. Ooh,
Enough to jumpstart his heart. That's amazing.
He looked and he started seeing movement from the body, and he was like, "Excuse me, I think this guy, I think he might be alive still." And so, in panic, the medical team, "Oh shit! Oh fuck, he is still alive!" Right? Sorry, we're not going home anymore. We're going to the nearest hospital. Whew. So yeah, swiftly changing course, the ambulance rushed to the nearest hospital, where doctors at the new facility confirmed that he was indeed alive and breathing. Whereas the family are now obviously hoping that Darshan makes a full recovery.
You do realize that after this story gets out, no local government is ever filling in another pothole.
Yeah.
We're saving your life, people.
We need to save lives, guys. So if anything,
we need more potholes.
We're gonna create more potholes.
More potholes.
Hashtag potholes for life. But yeah, what that fucking insane. So yeah. So again, I'm not a medical person, even though I like to play a doctor sometimes. But that's
you're really good at it too, by the way.
I'm going to assume something was up where he wasn't, because unless I don't know what the potholes are like in India, but that must be a hell of a boom to get the heart to get back into fucking rhythm.
I'd imagine they were going pretty fast, and then you hit that bump, and that should be violent enough. Yeah.
But yeah,
I wonder how many times a year this happens.
Well, we
had the story last year.
Yeah, we had a woman coming back to life.
Was she on the morgue slab already, or was she at the funeral? I forget.
She was in the casket, ready to be funeralized, when she was like, "Knock, knock, knock. Excuse me, could I come out now?"
I'd like to get out now.
So yeah, this guy was so. But yeah, so congratulations. I don't know, is that the right word to say? Congratulations, Darshan. You thought you were dead, but thanks to a pothole, you're now alive. And maybe they'll name it the pothole after him. That'd be nice.
Ooh.
And as for those listening to the audio version of this podcast, you are missing out, because you are noticing me notice that I need to trim my unibrow. It's coming back in. Oh my god. I look like who was that Russian woman from Dodgeball?
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know her name. Lady in Red.
Lady in Red. Although, was she Russian?
The character's Russian, yes. The actress herself is actually quite beautiful under all that makeup.
No. What?
Oh yeah, I know. Shocking news. I know.
Breaking news.
Just the facts, man.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Oh, we're getting used all the jingles tonight. So yeah. Well, I guess that's it.
All right.
That wraps up another episode of the Waffle Box podcast. Unless, of course, you are a proud member of Extra Waffle, where we'll be back in a minute to continue on another conversation. But yeah, check this out. Also, make sure you go to enjoywafflebox.com for all the links where you can go, to watch all the video version. If you normally listen to the audio version, you can listen to the audio version. If you normally listen to the video version, if you want to support the podcast, you can go buy some merchandise. Or, if you do want to support the podcast, you don't have to do it monetarily. Just tell people about us. Share our shows on your social media and things like that. We will appreciate it. Speaking of podcasts, Kush does have a podcast. The bastard. Although I can't be upset, because technically he was doing that podcast before I asked him to come on this podcast. But whatever, So technically he's cheating on his own podcast with me. But whatever.
Don't tell me.
So yeah, Microdose. Is there a new episode coming out this Friday?
Yes, there is. We're going to talk with Sean Thompson. He's going to return from 9 Realms Athletics, and we're going to talk a little mental wellness for the new year.
Oh, good.
And then we'll probably talk about dude stuff like Army of Darkness and Jack Reacher.
Marvelous. So check that out. Go to bosnet.family for all the links of how you can enjoy that. So yeah, follow us on socials at Wafflebox on Twitter /X. I'm at Only Mike Fish. You can find him on Facebook at Cushford Hayes. It's goodbye from me. It's goodnight from him. Lathan, send us out.
Good night, everyone. And remember, No matter how bad your life feels like it's going, it could always be worse. Your face could resemble a testicle. Eat shit, Jerry Jones.
And on that note, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.
Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it this way. Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.